This is Consumer Friend.
Welcome to the Consumer Friend podcast, your go-to source for consumer tips and advice. My name is Adam Carter, and today we'll be discussing how to buy tickets for events safely. Whether it's a concert, sports, game or theatre performance, it's crucial to protect yourself from scams and ensure you're getting legitimate tickets. Hi Lou, how are you?
I'm okay, Adam. You say I always say I'm tired, so I'm not saying I'm tired, but I am a little bit tired. I think I'm always tired. I think being an adult is varying degrees of tired, and
Every single podcast.
but it is.
It's you moaning about being
tired.
middle-aged,
Being
achy and tired.
Tired and what we're having for tea. That's it.
What you could do with is going to a music concert.
That would be exciting. I went to a music concert last year. A music concert.
Last year?
Well,
You went to one
I went
last
to
year?
two last year, actually. I went to
Oh, my word.
I went to Maggie Rogers in Brighton. She was brilliant. And I went to
Never heard of her.
Florence and the Machine in the O2. But the O2 was very loud and very big. And we were late.
It's too loud.
So we missed like the first half an hour of Florence, which was a bit upsetting.
I'm not a huge fan of music
You don't like
Events.
things that are too loud. That's fine.
because it gets too loud for me. But, I mean, in my younger years, I used to do quite a bit of music. But now I tend to do more like comedy performances. I've seen loads of comedians in the last 5-10 years. Love them.
Considering you don't like things that are very loud, it then surprises me that you're married to Hannah and best friends with me.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it?
It's like
I've got myself
you don't like it,
involved
but
in
you
some
do.
form of. I don't know. No, I know. To be honest, the loudness of one person is okay. I'm not a big fan of lots of different noises going on all at the same time. I can't seem to concentrate. I have some kind of problem with that. So if there's someone speaking and then someone, I can't explain it. But yeah, background noise means that I can't concentrate on any noise. It's horrible.
sensory overload.
It is.
But do you know what? In other news this week, yesterday was sports day, and my kid got the gold medal for the 100 metres, 200 metres, and the 100 metres relay.
Hashtag proud mum.
Oh my God, she did a sub 13 100 metres.
That's amazing. That's really
shoes,
amazing.
No training. She's just ridiculous. She's made me like the proudest mum in the world.
Are we allowed to talk about your boyfriend on this podcast?
Yeah.
Perfect. So Louisa's boyfriend is an ex-Olympic athlete.
He's going to train her.
So he is going to train her. He is an ex-sprinter. So he's going to try and train Floss to be a future Olympic world record holder, all this kind of stuff on 100 metres,
Yeah,
200 metres,
102.
all of them.
102.
102 metres. I don't think that's a...
100 metres. She likes the 200. She likes the 200. But she's not a distance runner because she's a bit lazy for that. Obviously, when my boy plays professional football and my daughter is running in the Olympics, I won't need to worry about buying tickets because I'll get free tickets. But actually, right now, we need to worry about buying tickets and how to buy them safely and to make sure that we get what we want and what we actually paid for. So let's move into the topic of the podcast today, Adam, which is...
You segued. Well done.
That was smooth,
Tickets.
wasn't it, Ad? That was
really smooth. I think if we allude to the smoothness, that removes the smoothness. But hey ho, oh well. Stats. I've got some stats. Obviously,
No,
I've got
you
some
have
stats.
not, Adam. You haven't got stats, have you?
From April 22 to April 23 this year. In the last year, from April to April, there has
Why do you
been...
need to say April to April?
I don't know.
We start that one again.
Because someone might be listening to this in the future and they go, well, hang on a minute, that's not the stats that I've got. I'm going to question your
But
stats.
then you need to
and
give the
tweet
years
you.
as well. You need to say 2022 to 2023.
Right, April 22 to April 23 this year.
Just really quick, because April happens every year. Just saying.
You're ruining my stat. April 22 to April 23 this year, there has been 8,403 reported incidents of ticket fraud with £7.7 million lost. Now, this is reported into Action Fraud. We know that this is hugely underreported. Fraud is hugely underreported. That means that the actual figure is probably so much higher.
So if we think that we reckon it's between 5 and 15% of all frauds are actually reported, and also the Action Fraud reporting line doesn't consider the other reporting lines. So, for example, people may report the fact that they haven't got the tickets that they wanted to Citizens Advice as well. So we know that these figures are far greater, and actually the loss to people is far greater because not everybody reports it. And we might be reporting it to different people.
There has been a surge in ticket fraud cases, primarily driven by the increasing popularity of online ticket marketplaces and social media platforms. So it's easier for these criminals to, commit their crimes, commit their frauds in anonymity.
Anonymity, good word, Ads.
Yeah,
we've got sort of two angles to this podcast, haven't we? We've got around making sure that you get the tickets that you've bought, so that the tickets that you want and where you can buy them from, and then we've got the out and out scams and fraud, which means you don't get anything. So there's sort of two angles. So let's break it down, Adam.
Okay, break it down. Break it down for me. Where are we starting?
Well, let's start with buying legitimate tickets. So let's drop the scams bit for now. We'll deal with the scams bit afterwards because that's quite straightforward. That's quite a clear message. But if we're talking about buying tickets to events, the best way really to buy tickets is to buy them from the official events provider, because then you get them at ticket value, you get them at face value.
What do you mean the official events provider? How do I know who that is?
Right, so somebody that's hosting the event. So when you go online, what happens? So if you Google, say I want to go see Florence and the Machine, I would go to the Florence website and then find out who is hosting her events and buy my tickets from that. The problem you've got sometimes, if I put in Florence and the Machine into Google, for example, you get a lot of paid for ads and other sites that might come up first around ticket reselling or other organisations rather than the actual events organiser. Because if you buy from the events organiser, you're going to pay the face value of the ticket and you're not going to pay the resale value or any of those other things.
So these are what's called third-party platforms, basically ticket resellers and third-party platforms that are selling these tickets.
Are they called third-party platforms?
That's what I've got here.
Amazing. Okay. Well, I thought, ticket resellers is what I would call them. So there's lots of ways you can buy tickets. If you want to buy them, you buy them from the events organiser, so directly from the events organiser, and actually Google who that is to find out who the events organiser is for whether it's a sporting event, a theatre trip or a music concert. You can buy them from ticket resellers, but there are some sort of pitfalls with that. You could end up paying additional costs, booking fees. Some events organisers don't allow ticket resale, so you need to check whether or not they're actually allowed to resell those tickets. Or you can buy them from a private individual, like we talked about on social media platforms, for example, like Facebook Marketplace or eBay or other things like that. But that's a little bit more risky because you don't know who you're buying from.
Perhaps you should always check the terms and conditions of these websites as well.
Whilst very boring.
I know, it's very, very boring.
Right, there's a couple of... So there's check the terms and conditions. They are boring and they might be very small print. So for people like me who can't see, that's really, really difficult. But
you've got the internet, you can zoom in.
You can zoom. If you can work out how to use your computer, that's the problem. I can't work out how to zoom out. That's the thing. Right, check the terms and conditions on the ticket website. It'll give you information on what happens if something doesn't go quite right as well. So if your tickets didn't arrive or the event gets cancelled, will you get your money back? That allows you to help. It gives you an informed way to decide whether or not you want to buy from this particular provider. Don't buy tickets from a website if the tickets aren't on sale yet, because they might not ever turn up. You could get scammed. Check the address of the company that you're buying from and their contact details so that if something does go wrong, you can get hold of them. As we always say, check the reviews of that particular business if you're unsure. And as Adam, we always talk about is use the Get Safe Online, check a website. Put the website address in the checker website checker, and then you'll know that it will come back with a green or a red that whether or not it's potentially a scam website.
Correct. Always check a website. Just because they say they're official sellers or legitimate, it doesn't mean that they necessarily are. Not everything on the internet is true. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Wow, this is a revelation, Ants, to be honest. I'm a little bit shocked by that. I might have to have a lie down. The other thing, and obviously this is a nice segue from the last podcast on Section 75. If you have got a credit card and you have the ability to pay on a credit card, buy your tickets on a credit card, because then you get those extra protections.
Yes. Or use the trusted online platform to buy the tickets. Don't go through another service to purchase those tickets. Don't do a bank transfer.
Don't do a bank. If somebody asks you to transfer money directly into their bank account, that is a red flag. Do not turn the red flag into a daisy. It is potentially a scam.
A red flag into a daisy?
Well, that's one of the things that people say when you have really bad relationships, as I will know. Do not turn red flags into daisies.
I don't know what that means. I can't even work out what that means.
Well, you turn a red flag, so a warning sign, into something pretty.
Oh.
And you ignore it. God, you're hard work today, Ads. You really are. Are you tired?
Maybe. I guess.
Right. So just back on this very quickly. So just to summarise what we've said here, right? So if you want tickets for an event, the things that you need to consider is, can you buy it from the event organiser website, from the official seller, or directly from the venue? So that means you can be sure what you're getting is the real deal and at the price it's original market price. Easy for me to say. So it's original market price. So it's not being the prices aren't being massaged up. You'll find, so official ticket sellers use a credit card or the protected payment method, like for example PayPal. Do not do bank transfers. Always be wary if you do bank transfers. Check out the websites on the getsafeonline.org website, which is check a website. And then also, if you're talking about resellers or different sellers, you can check something called the Society of Ticket Agents and Retailers, STAR, to see whether or not they are registered.
We'll put links to STAR in the description below.
When you say we, you mean you, don't you?
Yeah, I mean me. Yeah. I know you don't get involved in this bit of the business.
I don't understand it.
I suppose it's not, I really can't really call it a business.
No,
it's all free stuff.
Right. So
quickly, best show you've ever been to?
Oh, Lionel Richie.
Really?
So good.
Was that the one that you went to in Brighton?
No, I went to. Oh, actually, do you know what? Say that. Lionel Richie was brilliant. He was the O2, but I was really near the front. Florence and the Machine at Brighton. I've seen her twice. She was brilliant at the front. We were in like the mosh pit though.
You're too small for a mosh pit, aren't you?
I know. It's amazing. And she moves around the stage so much. She's like flying. She's brilliant. What about yours?
Louise is 4'9", by the way, everyone. Or 4'8".
What my small in stature, small in stature. What's the saying? Big in mouth. God.
Okay.
Right. What's your favourite show? The best show you've been to?
Music-wise, I have to say I went and saw The Darkness back in 2000 and it must be 2001, 2002, and they were amazing. I was a lot younger. They were like entertainers.
I don't think I know any of their songs apart from
I Believe in a Thing Called Love. And they did the Christmas one, but they had a whole album out.
Did you know the words though, Ads?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they were really, really good fun. I really enjoyed Elton John, and I've seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers 5-6 times. They are amazing.
Posty.
But comedy-wise, I went and saw Jim Jeffries with my mate Nick a couple of months ago, and he was hilarious.
I've seen quite a lot of comedy, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen all the good ones and some rubbish ones. Imagine if you bought a ticket and you get to the event and they don't let you in, and you're so excited about going to see it and they don't let you in. How gutting would that be?
Yeah, but it depends. This is the thing. It depends where you bought it from, doesn't it? Because like some football events, for example, you're not allowed to resell the ticket. So if it's a resale ticket, you won't be allowed in. You also need to check things. So if you are buying from a reseller, which people do buy from resellers, not from. So if you say like. The first thing, buy from the official seller, the event organiser. Right, you can't buy from there. You're too late. You didn't get on the list. You want to buy from, so you want to go to somewhere else. You can do fan sites where you can buy from. you can do resellers, or you can do private purchases. So let's start with a fan sites thing. Now, this was something I only learnt about today, actually, which was around buying from a fan site. There are particular sites that are set up, fan websites, but don't pay more than the original price for the ticket. Again, in relation to fan sites, don't do bank transfers. Try and manage it through the preferred payment method on that particular website. And again, check out the websites, because they could be like hotbeds for criminals and scammers to try and take your money, trying to sell you a ticket for something that you really want to go to. The reselling sites, they're secondary ticketing sites. They resell tickets bought from official sellers and others, and they can include private sellers as well. So you need to check the rules with the event organizer, because like I said, some of those will have their own rules about the resale of tickets and whether they allow it or not. Again, with the reselling of tickets, check that the website that you're going onto is legitimate. People pay for paid for ads, which means it bumps them up the list when you do a Google search, and they'll be on your front page. So if you do choose to buy from a reselling site, you need to make sure you know what sort of ticket you're buying. Is it a seated? Is it standing? Is it one behind a pillar? So is it got an obstructive view? Obstructive, is that the right word?
Yeah, I'd go with it.
Is there going to be something blocking your view? And what is the original price of the ticket, so you know if you're getting a good deal or paying way over the asking price. So the price is always going to be sort of a key indicator on these things. And then extra fees as well. What are the extra fees? Is there booking fees? Is there postage fees? Is there all of those sort of things?
Perfect. Thank you. I think we can probably leave it there.
Oh, actually, one last thing just around this. So if you need to actually know who you're buying from as well. Is it a business or an individual? On resale sites, or for example, social media, like say Instagram or eBay. eBay's not social media, I'm aware of this, but if you buy from a website like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, again, you need to check, and on the resale sites, who you're buying from. Is it a business or an individual? Because your rights are different depending on who the seller is. So you have more rights if you're buying from a business than you would if you're buying from a private individual. The other thing to be aware of is, if you're under 18, do you need to be over 18 to go to that particular event? Because again, you wouldn't want to be, say, 17 and then get into an event finding out you had to be 18 and then being turned away at the door.
Yeah, that would be the worst. I mean, my advice is always never buy anything on social media, unless it's on that marketplace where you actually go around and collect it, so you can actually see it, and you're not, before you part with any money. My advice is never buy anything on social media.
Your advice would be just don't have social media.
My advice would be to abolish all social media. Correct.
Abolish social media. Wow.
There'd be some kind of underground social media going on. There probably is.
I would get that. Do you know what? If social media was abolished, I'd probably get like a full working week back. Like my screen time, sometimes I'm like, wow.
Oh, I don't use social media, as you know. I had to start doing a little bit of it because for this stuff, but even that's sporadic. I go on and okay, right, I'll do like one tweet and then I will leave it for like a month, crying.
I can get lost in TikTok for days, to be honest, which is bad.
Yeah, I can't. I don't do that. Don't do that rubbish. Can't do it. Right. Thank you very much, Louise. As ever, there'll be more information on tickets online at www.consumerfriend.org.uk. Please like, subscribe, review, all that kind of stuff. Help us get our message out there. If you found this helpful, be sure to share it with your friends and family. Stay safe, stay informed, and see you next time. Thank you very much, Louise.
Adam, the only thing that we didn't cover, because you've just gone a little bit too, we didn't cover the scams as much as we probably should.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
There's criminals out there looking to exploit people.
There are. And
we bang on about that quite a lot.
But with the ticket stuff, it's also quite an emotive purchase, because people there's a pressure purchase because you need to get on quick to get them so that you get to the event that you want to go to. So it's an easy win for crims to push you into a hot state and make you make potentially unwise decisions to then buy tickets that you wouldn't usually buy. So just use your credit card, don't do bank transfers, and check out your websites.
Can I end it now?
You can end it. Thanks for today. I've really enjoyed myself as usual, Adam.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you, and bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
This is Consumer Friend.